Azure Data Lake Storage tends to combines the scalability of object storage with hierarchical namespace capabilities, making it ideal for big data analytics. One of its most powerful features is fine-grained access control using access control list. In this video, you'll learn how to configure access control list using the Azure Portal. Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I'm Manhar and welcome back to MSFT WebCast. Azure Data Lake Storage tends to support POSIX-like access control list, providing fine-grained permission control of files and directories. If you have worked with Linux file permissions, this model will feel familiar. You can manage read, write and execute permissions at the user, group and other levels and use ACLs to grant access to specific security principles beyond the owning user and group. ACLs in ADLS Gen 2 allows you to define permissions at the file and directory level. Each file and directory has 3 permission sets just like in Linux. Owner, the user who created the file. Owning group, a group assigned to the file. And other, everyone else. Each set has 3 permission bits. Read list contents of a directory or read file contents. Write, create, delete or rename items in a directory or modify file contents. Execute, traverse a directory or execute a file. In this example, we will assign permissions to a security group named test group 01 for a container named 2026. Open your preferred web browser, navigate to portal.azure.com and sign in with your Azure account. In the search bar at the top of the portal, type storage. Under services, select storage accounts. This page displays a list of storage accounts from your Azure environment. Access the storage account. On the Overview tab, confirm that the account is an Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 account. Under the Data Lake Storage section, note that the hierarchical namespace is enabled. Expand data storage and click on Containers. Access the container for which you want to manage ACLs. Note that IAM controls management plane access, meaning who can manage the resource, while ACLs control data plane access, which determines who can access files and folders. Let's set permissions on the root directory. Expand settings and click on Manage ACL. At the top, you can see Set and Manage Permissions for the root directory. Use the controls on this tab to manage access to this container. Click Add Principal to add the security group. Find the security principal by using the search box. Select the test group 01 from the list and click Select. This is our test security group from Microsoft Entra ID. It is recommended that you create a security group in Microsoft Entra ID and manage permissions at the group level rather than for individual users. Assign the required permissions. For this example, assign read and execute permissions. This gives the group ability to read and navigate but not modify data. To ensure that new files and directories inherit permissions, configure the default ACLs. Go to Default Permissions tab. Make sure the Configure Default Permissions checkbox is selected. Click on Add Principal and add Test Group 01 again. Click on Select. Assign the same permissions. For example, read and execute. A default ACL is a template of an ACL that determines the access ACLs for any child items that are created under a directory. A blob doesn't have a default ACL, so this tab appears only for directories. After adding the required permissions, click Save to apply the changes. Wait for the confirmation notification. We have successfully updated access control list for 2026 container. As per the configured permissions, members of test group 1 can access existing data and any future data will automatically inherit the correct permissions from the root directory. Go to Overview tab. Click on Add Directory. Specify the name of the directory and click Save to create the new directory. Click on three dots and select Manage ACL. Check the access permissions list. You'll find the test group 1 entry with read and execute permissions. This permission is inherited from the root directory. Note that without execute permission, users cannot traverse folders even if they have read access. If you haven't set default ACLs, new files and directories won't inherit permissions. IAM roles alone don't grant file level access in Azure Data Lake Storage Chain 2 account. Now let's talk about best practices. Use security groups instead of individual users. Always set both access ACLs and default ACLs. Apply permissions at the highest appropriate level to reduce complexity. Test access with a user from the group. Managing ACLs in Azure Data Lake Storage via the Azure Portal is straightforward once you understand the difference between IAM and data level permissions. By using security groups and applying both access and default ACLs, you can ensure scalable and maintainable access control. This approach keeps your data secure while enabling teams to work efficiently. That's all for this video. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on Microsoft Azure and other Microsoft related topics. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.